What if everything you thought you knew about Jesus was only part of the story? For 30 days, I researched history books, biblical texts, archaeological records, and real historical sources to understand who Jesus really was. And what I discovered was far deeper, more human, and more powerful than I ever imagined. This is not just a religious story. This is the real story of Jesus, based on history, truth, and impact. Most people know that Jesus was born in Bethlehem. But what many don't realize is this. He was born into a world of political fear, oppression, and violence. His family wasn't royal. They were poor. They were vulnerable. And they lived under the rule of the Roman Empire. Historical records show that his family had to escape persecution just to survive. Jesus didn't grow up in luxury. He grew up in struggle. And that changes how we see him. Before we go deeper, if you believe in Jesus, or if his story inspires you even a little, write Amen in the comments right now. Let's see how many people still believe in the power of his story. One of the biggest mysteries I found during my research was this. The Bible talks about Jesus' birth, and then suddenly jumps to his life at age 30. So what happened in those missing years? Historical and cultural sources suggest that Jesus lived a simple life. He worked as a carpenter. He lived among ordinary people. He experienced real human emotions, pain, joy, loneliness, and hope. He wasn't born as a king. He became a leader through understanding human suffering. That's something most people never talk about. When Jesus began preaching, he didn't talk about politics or war. He talked about love, forgiveness, equality, truth. He said, "Love your enemies. Help the poor. Forgive those who hurt you." These ideas were revolutionary. Because powerful systems don't fear weapons. They fear ideas that change people's minds. Historical records show that religious leaders and Roman authorities saw Jesus not as a spiritual teacher, but as a potential threat. And that's when everything started to change. If you're finding this story meaningful, make sure to like this video thumbs up sign. And subscribe to the channel for more real stories based on history and truth. It really helps this content reach more people. One of the most shocking discoveries in my research was how close betrayal came from Jesus' own circle. One of his followers betrayed him. He was arrested, judged, and sentenced. But here's the part that history highlights. Jesus didn't fight back. He didn't call for revenge. He didn't try to escape. Instead, he stayed true to his message. Even in his final moments, he spoke about forgiveness. From a historical perspective, this is rare. Very few leaders in history chose compassion over power. And that's why Jesus' story is not just religious. It's revolutionary. After researching for 30 days, one question stayed in my mind. Why is Jesus still relevant after 2,000 years? Empires have fallen. Kings have disappeared. Civilizations have changed. But Jesus' message is still alive. Not because of force. Not because of wealth. But because of ideas. Ideas that say, love is stronger than hate. Truth is stronger than fear. And faith is stronger than doubt. That's why millions of people across the world still follow his teachings. After 30 days of research, I realized something important. Jesus was not just a religious figure. He was a man who understood human pain, a teacher who challenged injustice, and a voice that refused to stay silent. The real story of Jesus is not just written in books. It's written in the hearts of people who still believe in hope, love, and truth. If this story touched you, don't forget to share it with someone who needs inspiration today. And tell me in the comments, what does Jesus' story mean to you?